All right. It would appear we are live.
Nice.
Nice. There we are. First, we gotta share it around,
Yep.
and then we'll be able to do a proper introduction.
There
So
we
go.
to
Our
you
signal
early
strength.
birds, we are not quite ready. If only we scheduled our streams.
I'd still have work things come up and then it wouldn't even happen. Wouldn't work.
I think it would just start on a waiting screen. You can set that up or something.
I'll have to look into that. Maybe next week.
Well, Curtis, it's funny you should mention next week because we have an
what's-
important episode of Deep Space Nine to watch next week.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Trust me. It's very important.
Okay.
And then we can get back to Return of the King.
Okay. I guess that's fine.
Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
It's funny because Noah told me about it today, and just the day before, the YouTube algorithm showed me clips of that very episode.
I'm breaking the Matrix, Curtis, is
Yes.
what I'm doing.
Algorithms. Speaking of, well, it isn't really the Matrix, but it probably isn't. It's only a 13-minute video, probably not long enough for us to truly review, but 60 Minutes did a 13-minute story on UFOs.
Ah.
They interviewed Navy pilots who, saw them and caught them on camera and stuff.
Ooh.
And they had the actual video. It's cool stuff.
Noah's Snapchatting.
Yep.
That does sound interesting. What do the Navy people have to say?
They saw Tic Tacs that were very big and moved really fast. Am I wrong, Curtis?
What did you say?
I said
Last?
they saw Tic Tacs that were really big and moved really fast.
That's what the guy said.
Yeah. I remember I was here for that.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
My brain doesn't remember anything. If it
That's-
didn't happen like 10 seconds ago.
That's okay. Welcome back
Whoa.
to our
Hello.
to NRC. I'm bringing energy this week.
Gotcha.
Well, Ryan's about to fall asleep,
I
which he's entitled to. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy
So
birthday, Ryan.
I'm
Oh, thank you.
compensating for his complete lack of energy with an overabundance of energy.
Well, Ryan, your gift is supposed to be arriving in the mail, but I don't know if it's going to get here by tomorrow. So,
I had a
That's okay.
similar issue, so
yeah.
he was okay with it.
I'm down.
Oh well.
He's excited to get gifts, not necessarily when he gets them.
Yes. I think, I showed Noah the gift that I'm getting.
Oh
you,
yes,
right?
yes. Curtis, I decided to get a gift in a similar vein.
Ah, excellent.
Mhm.
This is
If
good.
it's two different copies of Jurassic Park 3, I'm going to be so mad.
Curtis,
Noah-
we know what we're doing next year.
Noah got him the graphic novel version.
Yes.
Oh,
and
God.
I got him the original regular standard definition DVD. Full screen, of course.
I think we actually have that. Well, it's probably widescreen, but we have the DVD somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's a way
Man.
better joke than I mean, we're not even doing like joke gifts. They're good.
Okay.
I thought Curtis's was really cool. Mine will be cool, but in a less cool way.
All right.
Yeah.
So today we're finishing up our discussion about The Lord of the Rings: Two Towers,
Yes.
Extended Edition Part 2. The only edition that you should ever watch in The Lord of the Rings. Don't watch the theatrical versions; they're terrible. That's
What
why
the
they made
poor,
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, what about the poor people who had to watch it when it came out? They didn't get the extended version right away.
They saw an incomplete vision. I pity them.
Oh, wow.
It's like the people who didn't see the McClunky version of Star Wars. You just didn't see George Lucas's original vision.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
original vision.
Yes.
That's
It's my
the-
original vision.
Yeah.
Ryan, he filmed the McClunky scene. Clearly, he intended for it to be in the movie,
Yeah. And it's, man.
and it no longer exists,
Yeah.
much to everyone's satisfaction.
Well, for some reason, it struck a chord with at least Dave Filoni because he brought it back for The Mandalorian.
If you watch the behind the scenes, him and Favreau are laughing about it. They're like, it's something that Greedo says. If he's just gonna get shot and say McClunky, and everyone, like the people who saw it, are gonna get it. It'll be great.
Yep.
So, Lord of the Rings, moving away from Star Wars into other great trilogies that also had disappointing prequels.
Haha.
Haha.
I don't know if the Star Wars prequels were disappointing.
Ryan, his time has been most favorable to the Star Wars prequels.
Yes. They've not disappointed.
The Hobbit has continued to disappoint.
Who knows? Maybe more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Part 2 starts up. We're back at Helm's Deep. Is that where?
No.
No.
They're on their way to Helm's Deep.
Yeah, they're on the way.
Oh.
Edoras is evacuated.
Oh right. Yeah. The part 2 starts kind of with the warg attack, more
Yeah.
or less. Yeah.
Very shortly after the beginning, yes, the warg attack happens.
A lot of exposition.
There's exposition, there's flashbacks to Arwen, and then there's stuff. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The Even Star.
Yes.
The Even Star got a song by what's her face, Enya.
Yeah.
Yes.
This
That
is-
happened.
This is true.
This is true. We're saying true
Facts.
things.
Yes.
Good job.
Gimli is
Gimli
talking.
falls off the the dwarf men or dwarf, women
are
often mistaken for dwarf men. It's the beards.
yeah. They sprout out of holes in the ground, which is of course ridiculous.
Sure.
Is this around the time? Yeah, when what's her face?
Oh, the horrible stew.
The what?
The horrible stew.
Yes. Yes.
Also an extended scene.
Ryan, don't tell me these things. I actually did know that one was extended because you don't learn his age in theatrical release. I heard someone talk about that. Probably Julian. Rest in peace.
He's a good-looking 87.
Yeah,
He's
not
a
bad.
really good-looking 87. Yeah. I hope I look that good at 87.
Yeah. One of the Dunedain.
Descendant of Numenor.
Descendant of Numenor. Great guys, the Numenorians.
Yeah.
Except for Isildur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was all right.
He died.
Till he got killed. But yeah.
Yeah.
So more Tolkien world building.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And so
So
she.
at some point, those wargs attack.
They do attack, yes.
Yes. Because Arwen asks, so who is she who gave you that jewel or whatever?
Yes, we
Yeah.
briefed on that.
Yes.
We touched on that subject.
Then he shuts her down by saying she's going off on a boat.
Right. Well, that gives her hope that
Mm.
she could get a piece of that.
Mm.
Piece of the action.
Yes.
Yes.
Da-na-na-na. Sorry. Ryan knew. I think this joke has gone on too long, and I apologize.
I don't think it's gone on long enough.
Oh, no. I say your 0.3% titanium tax goes too far. And I say your 0.3% titanium tax doesn't go too far enough. These guys look like clones. Wait, they are clones. That's a Futurama reference. You're welcome.
Okay, so Urukais. They
I think they're just orcs.
are they?
They
Oh yeah,
don't
they
look
could be.
Urukai.
Yeah, I think you're right. Orcs.
So they're riding on
The wargs.
wargs.
And I gotta say, in 4K, the full daylight warg effects are a little on the cheesy side.
Yeah. Well, I think Peter Jackson said that they didn't really film it properly for total CG immersion.
Sure.
I don't know if that means they didn't get like proper light tests with the, the ball that's
silver
like
ball.
shiny and
maybe they
dull.
didn't motion capture properly their cameras, so then you
Right.
gotta like hand match camera movements and yeah.
Sounds annoying.
But that's why you throw Gimli off the horse and get him under a warg, so that you can
Right.
cut to that many times.
Yep. It's a good workaround.
Good workaround. It also gets him involved in the battle when otherwise he would just be on the back of the horse.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So there's a fight.
There's a fight. There's some
Oh, did we skip Legolas's epic
Oh,
slow
yeah.
motion
Oh, right. Yes.
Let's
super horse
flip onto a
thing.
horse.
What would eventually lead to his physics-defying actions in The Hobbit, unfortunately.
Yeah, they kept pushing it.
They
Each movie,
kept pushing it.
the next one he like does all the stuff with the
The elephant?
Oliphants,
elephant. Yeah.
That was slightly more believable.
Yeah, more than the Hobbit stuff for sure.
I don't know. Like, to a point it was. Like, the part where he's climbing
Yes,
up,
that's
believable.
right. Him
But then
sliding
the
off the
sliding down a
trunk.
trunk perfectly.
That's just him being cool.
Yeah, that's how that works.
It's like the X in extortion. Makes it sound cool.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, they're fighting some wargs, some warg riders.
Mhm,
Aragorn gets knocked off his horse
mhm.
or falls off his horse. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. He's off his horse, and then he decides the best move is to hop onto a warg and fight the orc on the warg. Okay.
Yep.
It's a thing he can do, I guess. I mean, I suppose when you're going against mounted units, you don't want to stay on the ground for very long. Maybe?
Right.
Possibly? I don't know.
Maybe.
If only John Ford were here, he would know. He's the medieval attack expert.
Height is an advantage, I
Height.
suppose, in these situations.
That's more or less universally true.
Mm.
Even when you get guns, height is a good thing to have.
Well, so he's on there, and he
Headbutts him,
That's right.
then he gets dragged.
And he's caught in the fur.
Yes, that bit never made sense to me, but we're gonna
No.
go with it. And there was something that I noticed, because he stabs the orc with his dagger. The dagger is not left in the orc. How did he get that dagger back?
I'm assuming Legolas took it out of the
If
orc.
you look at the orc on the ground, it's not in his chest anymore.
He was very good at taking
Yeah,
it
he
and
ripped it out and put it back in his sheath while he falling.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got
while falling.
So I might need this when I wake up from the fall.
it. Yes.
I'm gonna go with that.
He gets dragged for a really long time.
Yeah,
That would hurt.
that's probably why he just floated in the water for so long. He
I
was
thought
like,
that
I'm
was
so tired.
Landing in water, because after a certain point, that basically becomes a very hard surface.
Yeah. Well, if his shoes are hard enough, or
Sure, they
sturdy
can-
enough, he could like pencil dive it and maybe. But it is
Or-
also a river.
If he fell into it on top of the warg would break
yeah.
the fall.
Yes. The
Maybe.
warg's bones would crumble,
Yes.
and Aragorn would be fine.
And be fine.
If he, as long as he wasn't on like a really bony part
Yes,
of the warg, like
That's true.
he was more on the stomach.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So we're getting somewhere here.
We're putting a lot more thought into the physics of this than Peter Jackson did.
That's why he just cut away from
You're
it.
right. It's like, this doesn't make sense. Cut away. We'll be fine.
The audience will know.
They'll know. Movie physics were in effect. He survived because there was water at the bottom.
So he falls.
So he falls, and then the Riders of Rohan are victorious.
At great loss.
At great loss, yes. So few of you have returned. Leave the dead. Get the wounded on horses. Leave the dead. King Theoden's orders.
Legolas looks so, distraught.
What? We're gonna leave Aragorn at the bottom of that chasm? We aren't gonna climb all the way down there to try and find the body that's clearly been washed away by the river? I admire the man's loyalty to his dead friend's body.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, good man.
Oh, right, the orc ripped off the even star. It was in his hand.
Right.
That's sort of kind of important. Sure. Right. Yes. I mean, it's kind of a plot point in the third movie that he has it.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
We're getting ahead of ourselves there.
Do we cut back to Frodo and Sam at some point in the middle of all of this?
Maybe shortly after. I know directly after is the non-combatant people arriving at Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Right.
Eowyn and them.
Yeah,
They're
they get to Helm's Deep and
Helm's Deep.
Yeah. And then shortly after, that's when the riders get back.
Right, so few of you returned. Lord Aragorn, what happened to him? He fell. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And here we cut to Saruman and Wormtongue. They're talking about Helm's Deep has but one weakness.
Right. A little more than a drain.
A little more than a drain.
How? How can fire undo stone?
What kind of device is this?
Stop.
Stop that. Kaboom. Kaboom boom.
Kaboom boom.
The end of Isengard came early.
Hey.
I think Orthanc would have been fine. The tower itself was made of some weird magic stone. 'Cause
Dragonstone?
No, not Dragonstone.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But at least in the movie, in the books, the Ents really try to bring down the tower and they can't do anything. But in the movie, you see them tossing rocks and nothing happens. So I assume it's a pretty sturdy material.
Maybe Gandalf could get the eagles together and tie them, and they could all fly and try to pull it over.
Okay, all right. Why didn't they take the eagles?
He clearly said fly, you fools. So.
Ryan brings up an excellent point.
Yes. Well. Oh well.
Oh well.
So then it's
revealing the tens of thousands.
Oh yeah, it would need a number beyond reckoning, thousands
to storm the keep. Tens of thousands.
But my lord, there is no such a force.
I'm gonna end this man's career. Yeah, and then he gives his impassioned evil speech and sends them to Helm's Deep, leave none alive.
To war.
And then do we cut to Aragorn?
We go to Frodo at some point.
I think it's probably Frodo first then.
I think so.
Because we get to the part where Gollum's singing the Happy Fish song.
That's such a great song.
Oh yeah.
My only wish to catch a fish, so juicy sweet.
Yeah. And then Frodo has to betray Poor
Oh,
Smeagol.
but we also get the whole, like, who's this captain of the guard, Faramir.
all right.
All of that
And
backstory
we
happens.
get what I assume was a great conversation between Sean Bean and the director. I can't think of his
Peter
name.
Jackson.
Peter Jackson. Yeah, it was escaping me, Ryan. It's a bad day for my brain. Hey, Sean, I need some pickups from you. Yeah, could you just fly back to New Zealand quick? No, your character's not coming back. Not like Ian McKellen. No. I just need some flashbacks.
Yeah. Flashbacks.
Just a couple more scenes, Sean. Please.
I just need you to get in this boat.
Yeah,
Just play dead.
play dead. All right. 3 days later, Sean, I need you to rile up the Gondorian soldiers. You just retook the city. You're victorious, and then you're gonna go off to the beginning of Fellowship. No, you're not alive again, Sean. Sean, you're dead.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
Just wanted to keep filming these movies.
Filming the movies.
It is a gift.
It is a gift.
It really was.
Yeah,
Yes.
we get all these flashbacks of, hey, they're brothers, they cared for each other, and
Their father
even though
was
their
evil.
yeah,
Lord
their
Denethor
dad
was
is, because he was looking at the Palantirs that they did not bring up at all in
Hey,
these
whoa,
movies.
you're spoiling stuff.
What?
Whoa.
How can I be spoiling the movie if it wasn't a part of the movie?
It really isn't a part of the movies.
No?
He's got a point.
Yeah,
Lord
Huh.
Denethor is not looking into the Palantirs in the movies at all.
yeah.
He
He's
isn't?
just,
No.
he's just crazy.
He's just kind of a nutso guy.
Is that in the book then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Palantir that you see Aragorn holding in Return of the King, spoilers, that's the one from Isengard.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, it's upsetting.
Sure.
It just added, like, a really good, like, just a good reason.
I'm going to be honest. I read those books and I didn't even remember that part. But yes, Frodo betrays Gollum.
Yep.
Betrays.
Yeah,
He saved Gollum's life.
yeah.
Is that really a betrayal? Technically, he betrayed Smeagol.
Right.
There's a whole...
Just his trust, more of.
Sort of.
I mean, he saved him, but at the expense of him trusting him again
I
as
guess.
just Smeagol.
Sure. Then Gollum comes back and he
Yeah.
spills the beans.
Yeah.
And then Faramir's like, awesome, I've got this ring. I did what my brother never could, and he's dead. I can be the favorite kid now.
Yeah.
Because even when his brother was dead, he was not the favorite kid.
That was a sad flashback.
Yeah. Sean, I got your armor. It's all ready. You just gotta fly back here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Then something happens. What happens next?
hold
Ryan's looking.
I'm looking.
Ryan is looking.
I am
At some
looking.
point, we go back to Aragorn.
We do.
Oh, it's right then. He's floating down the river. He's having dreams of Arwen.
Arwen.
Eowyn's the other one.
Yep.
Yeah,
All these names.
these names.
I
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Treebeard. He's a tree with a beard.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's not too difficult to forget.
No.
Yeah, so he's floating down the river,
Yes.
and Arwen is
And then his trusty
Up and down.
horse.
Brago.
It's Braga. It's not the horse that he was riding. It's the horse that he sent free, Curtis. The horse of the dead king's son.
Oh.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
if
a
you're,
smart horse.
it's a
It
smart
is.
horse, and if you're paying attention, he doesn't have a saddle on. So
Right, I
that's
do
the cue.
recall that.
Yep.
your name is Kingly.
Mm. Hence
So
why he
luckily
likes
the
Aragorn.
horse knows how to get to Helm's Deep.
He's a smart horse,
Sure.
I think.
Shadowfax's brother. It's like Faramir for Boromir. It's the
Yes.
not loved brother horse.
Oh.
Oh.
So the horse lord's dad is like, you're not a good horse lord.
Right. The horse was smart enough to take Aragorn to see the Uruk-hai army, so that he would know
Right.
10,000
army.
strong at least.
Right, yes. Maybe the horse counted the number
And told Aragorn.
Yeah, relayed that information.
Yes.
Well,
I don't think that happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets back.
Yep.
Everybody's happy.
Gets the even star back.
Oh, before all of this, Arwen sees the future.
Oh, yes. She has a vision of the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or a vision of a future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's her and Aragorn's kid.
Yes.
You know it's their kid because he has the even star and has pointy-ish ears.
Pointy-ish ears. Yes. Also, Aragorn is there.
Yes, the graybeard.
He's old
So
at that point.
so that means he's like
180
yeah. At least.
or something. Yeah, I don't know how their ages work.
Well, I do know that
Ryan knows.
Arwen right now is about 2,000 or 3,000 years
yeah.
old.
Kind of pedo-ish if you think about
Yeah,
it.
just a touch.
Weird. Beans on toast.
Weird. So she decides she's not going to the Grey Havens.
Right.
Coming
Right.
back
I'm gonna stay.
because she
I
has
have hope. There's
she
always
has hope for man.
Yes.
And between those two scenes, her outfit changes.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Well, you got your formal travel attire and your formal at Lothlorien or whatever
Yeah.
attire.
She got back and she was like, all right, this is the outfit I need to wear to convince my father. She changed quick.
Yes.
Yes. I'm just making crap up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Aragorn bursts into the king, the keep, whatever that room is called. Because that's not the keep. The keep is sort of the proper structure. I'm sure there's a name for it. I don't know. Inner sanctum. Let's go with that.
Right.
I don't know. And he's like, there's 10,000 Uruk-hai coming at us.
Not good.
Not good. Send out riders, my lord. You must call for aid. Gondor will answer.
where was Gondor when the West fell?
In Gondor, you dummy.
This
Right
is where
there.
Gondor
You're
is.
right there.
In the map, it's like it's like right here.
Yeah. He also didn't light the beacons.
No.
No.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Here we go. Gondor.
Gondor.
There's Gondor.
That's where Gondor was when the Westfold fell. Now you know.
But where was Gondor when their enemies closed in around them?
Still in Gondor.
Oh, darn.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Pretty darn. No, they are alone. So they're gonna prepare their defenses as best they can. Hold up in Helm's Deep. Maybe not the best plan, but it's what he's going with.
Yeah.
Theoretically, a sound military decision, considering he didn't know the Uruk-hai had bombs.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that Saruman hadn't equipped them with like some trebuchets or something, you know, to
The
batter
superior
things up a
siege
little
engine.
bit.
I don't know. I think some catapults would have done nicely.
Oof. Catapults.
Didn't the orcs have trebuchets and
Nope. Gondor had trebuchets.
oh, Gondor had them? Okay.
Yeah, the orcs had catapults. Why do you think they lost, Curtis?
Right.
It definitely wasn't the coming of Rohan to prematurely end the siege or the ghosts. It was those trebuchets.
Right.
Everyone knows.
The ghosts.
That's a
Forgot
whole
about the
different
ghosts.
movie.
That's a
Yeah.
whole
I gotta
we-
get watching that movie if I'm gonna have it done by the time we start.
Oh gosh.
Well, you have 2 weeks, Curtis, because next week
Okay.
we have a Deep Space Nine episode that we
Yes.
need to talk about.
Right.
It's very important.
It is.
All right.
We cut back to Fanghorn with
Fanghorn.
Mary and Pippin,
Fangorn.
and they're in
Right,
they're
they're
going
going
to
to the
the
Ents.
the
Yeah.
Ensmute.
Kind of different from the book. In the book, the Ents meet up and they're like, yeah, Saruman's kind of being a dick, and then they go and fight him. Peter Jackson wanted to give Merry and Pippin a bit more of an active role in the story. So the Ents are like, no, we're not going to war. That's a bit ahead in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like not a lot happens at the Ensmute. All truth be told. What's Curtis?
I don't know. So at some point, they decide to man every man and child with armor and
Well,
sword.
he doesn't have a whole lot of good fighters left. Makes
Yep.
sense. Equip everyone who can be equipped.
We get a lot of like slow motion shots
Yes.
or something.
Oh yeah, the sad like ripping of children from their mothers
Yep.
scene.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a little.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah. And then they're all getting armored, and Legolas is like, "Look at them, they're scared. I can see it in their eyes."
They should be. Switches to Elvish.
Yep. Covert. Amongst the commoners.
Intense Elvish. More intense Elvish. More intense Elvish. Then I shall die as one of them.
Like, oh, wonder what they were talking about.
Yikes.
There's some great memes about that.
Yeah.
And then, what's his face? Theoden gets his epic pre-battle speech
Right.
as he's being harmed.
That's shortened from the book. I don't know if Theoden says that in the book, but that whole speech thing is in the book, and it's longer.
Is it maybe like an inner monologue kind of thing? Just
Probably. Where was the horse and the rider? Where's the horn that was blowing? It's the whole thing.
the horn of some Galahad.
Oh, that's the end. No,
Yeah.
he in his little monologue. It's just where was the horn that was blowing.
Okay.
They've passed like rain upon the mountainside, like wind in the meadow.
We cut back to Aragorn. He's being all depressed or something.
Right, and then he meets the kid.
Somber. Yep.
There's always hope.
Is this the same kid that was riding with his sister at the beginning of the movie?
No.
No?
No. Maybe.
I don't know. They all look kind of the same.
It's
so
almost like they all have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's they all
Hard to tell them apart. Like
yeah.
in the Warg attack, the guy who's next to Gambling looks exactly like Gambling.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, one of them died.
Yep.
Which one? I don't know.
Oh, he was named Hama.
Oh, that's the kid, yeah. Hamas.
I thought Hama was the one that died
How?
or something. Me neither.
Curtis is looking for this inner speech monologue thing.
Yeah, right now I just found the Aragorn says, "I will ride with you." Slightly different from
Well,
the
yes,
movie.
in the books they ride out from Helm's Deep right away. It's a very different battle. I like the movie better.
21, said Gimli. Good, said Legolas, but my count is now 24. It has been knife work up here. It has been knife work up here.
It's Tolkien. Don't question it, Curtis.
It's whatever.
It is whatever.
They're having fun at least.
At least someone is.
Yeah.
So right, Aragorn pumps up this kid and decides, yeah, I'm really gonna try. We're gonna live. Gets on his armor or his chainmail, I suppose.
Then the bros reconvene.
Yes.
And they're like, let's be bros.
Let's be bros. All right, we're bros. And then that is no Orkhorn.
Yeah. And then we have something that wasn't in the book at all.
No. The elves show up.
Yep.
Almost
was Arwen.
Almost Arwen, but it's Haldir.
No.
Who we met back in Lothlorien
Mm-hmm.
for 5 seconds.
Yep. He was there.
He was there. So it's nice to see him again.
So they're like, we are proud to fight amongst men once more.
Aha. Reaffirming the allegiance.
Yes.
Yes, the ancient alliance. They're like, cool, let's do it. So they put all the elves on the wall, and then all the men of Rohan up in the keep. Okay, sure. And then they're waiting around.
And, it starts raining.
It starts raining. Legolas offers to get Gimli a box.
Yes. Shall I describe it to you?
Would you like me to find you a box? Yes, the Uruk-hai show up. En masse.
Yep.
How do we make this CGI look better? It's dark and it's rainy.
Yep. How do you cover up everything? Let's take a
Well, the
play.
the book describes the battle as being past midnight, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
The world of Middle-earth has an extremely bright moon.
Yes.
Oh,
Have you noticed how much blue light there is in this battle, Curtis? It's all
Yes.
supposed to be moonlight.
oh, but it's cloudy and raining.
After the rain stops, Curtis, the clouds cleared
Oh.
up. The rain is only there for like a minute and a half
Oh, really?
to be dramatic. Yeah,
Oh.
if you pay attention, it stops raining pretty quick.
Then everything's just like
Wet.
and dripping
Yeah.
after that. Okay. Well, yeah, handy to have that moon for all those night shoots that
Yeah,
Peter Jackson had to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I kind of bring that up because I want to segue into the Game of Thrones thing, but I'll leave Sleeping Dogs Lie for the moment. Ryan knows what I'm talking about. Battle of Winterfell?
Yep.
Yep. He knows.
Yep.
What a disappointment that was.
I almost had something.
Almost. Except that you couldn't see anything.
Then the rest of the episode happened, and it was just.
I mean, even the first, 10 seconds of the episode, they had, all their guys out in front of the walls. You have walls. Use them.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, Curtis.
Okay.
Anyways, they fight. And they fight.
Well, I would hate to be the Uruk-hai that died before the fight started. Marched all the way from Isengard just to get immediately shot by an arrow from an old guy who couldn't hold his bow straight.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, it was a very good shot.
He was lucky.
aimed right in the spot that Legolas was telling them to aim.
You'd think Legolas would have told them that before the army showed up.
Right.
Right.
It all works out.
It all works out. Oh, words.
So in the Two Towers game, a big part of the Battle of Helm's Deep was kicking those ladders over.
Yep.
You go over and you'd have to press whatever on the PlayStation, probably triangle button, kick it back over.
Yeah.
Keep all the Urukai from getting up to you.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
There's less of that in this.
Yep.
There are ladders.
There are ladders. Lots of ladders.
And then there are very tall ladders.
Those come later. But yes, it is a marvel of cinematic siege battling.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it may not be the most accurate in terms of strategy and tactics, it is epic and very entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Then at some point, the suicide bomber
Yes.
shows up with the Olympic torch.
Yep.
Yes.
Legolas tries to shoot him down.
Hits him twice. It doesn't go down.
Yep.
I mean, he doesn't even have, like, chest armor on.
No.
Why does he shoot the shoulders?
Moving targets. You know.
Yeah, tough.
We've seen
Plus-
Legolas pull off some ridiculous stuff. You're telling me just because the guy is running?
It's
so
that.
far away.
Yeah, he's very far away. He's
So
running,
far.
and he has a very bright light right next to him that might obscure and might mess with him a little.
Uh-huh,
There's
sure.
probably lots of wind from the storm that was rolling
Yeah.
through.
Okay. Right. I think the bomber just needed to get there so the bomb could blow up.
That happens.
That happens.
Then we have a great miniature explosion
Yes.
that they.
Yeah.
I think they slowed it down a little bit to make it seem accurate.
Yes. Well, that gives the appearance that the bits flying and hitting stuff have weight,
Yeah.
because otherwise they just kind of fly around.
They did a good job of making the pieces fall on the army and just make it look like they got splattered.
Smush.
Yep.
Aragorn is thrown from the wall in the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And he
And-
winds up behind the wall.
There's a lot of explosive force going on, Ryan. Can't accurately predict physics at that point.
No.
So they're fighting,
Yes.
and they're fighting.
Well, Gimli sees Aragorn on the ground, about to be swarmed by Urukai, and dive bombs into the
Oh,
front
right.
lines.
It's. I was always amazed that he didn't impale himself on those really long spears.
Yes. And really, because Gimli does that, they give up a crucial choke point. Aragorn charges in to get Gimli out of there. Otherwise, they could have just kept shooting arrows and bottled up the Urukai charge. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's your
No,
fault,
you're
Gimli.
right. Gimli.
Who knows?
Who knows?
They could have pulled like the old movie trick and just taken a wire and tripped all the cries that were coming through.
Yeah, they never would have wisened up to that strategy.
Yeah.
I liked that episode of Deep Space Nine where Odo became the tripwire to do that.
Right.
It's the beginning of season 2. I just watched it. So.
Back when Odo could size shift.
He still could.
Oh yeah.
That never stopped being a thing.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
He becomes birds later on.
Mm-hmm. But I remember. That's what made me remember. Okay.
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 then we cut back, I think, to the Ensmoot quick.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. Yes, the battle also benefits from good pacing. It's annoying when you're just trying to watch the Battle of Helm's Deep, but in terms of movie pacing, it allows your brain to calm back down and then build anticipation for the next bit of cool fight.
I mean, that's why they created, scene selection. You could just skip.
We have decided
You are not orcs.
orcs.
Well, that's good news. Yes. So that happens, and then we're back, and Theoden calls the retreat, fall back to the keep.
Yep.
And then Haldir dies. And it's sad.
Very sad.
For a guy who has like 10 minutes of screen time tops,
Mm-hmm.
he gets a very long and dramatic death scene, and I appreciate it. He seemed like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somewhere during all of this, Legolas finds a shield, and he rides that
Oh,
shield
right.
down a staircase
Yeah.
while
Forgot about
shooting
that.
people.
Forgot about that.
So is this like an in-between step from, like, kind of physics, kind of not physics
that's
to
more of an
no
in-between.
physics?
Yes, there are physics involved here. They're just
Okay.
ridiculous.
Okay. Yes.
Also, we see Legolas actually use his back knives in the middle of this.
That's true.
Right.
He doesn't
Knife
use
work.
them in Fellowship, as far as I remember. You see him stab someone, but it's with an arrow in
Yeah.
Fellowship.
Yes.
So I think this is the first use of back knives,
Hmm.
or elf knives, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Those things.
Those things, yes. That's neat.
And the Arakai are busting through the front gate.
Yes,
Mhm.
So,
their battering ram.
Yep.
Theoden gets hit with a spear.
Yep.
This is one of the many instances of the complete, utter uselessness of armor in Middle-earth.
Yeah.
yeah, they should have quick taken all the mithril when they were in Moria
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just handed them out to all the main characters.
it's the only armor that works in Middle-earth.
Yep.
Yep. So then Aragorn and Gimli get up to the gate, and
Mhm.
Theoden's like, how long do you need? As long as you can give me. So they go out the side entrance. There's a proper name for an entrance like that, and I don't remember what it is. Ryan, one of
Sneak door. Sneaky door.
yeah, there's a proper name. One of the YouTube rabbit holes that I went down at some point, like a year ago, was a bunch of videos about castles.
Ah.
So at some point, I knew a bunch of this stuff about what the parts of the castles are called, machiculations, crenellations, and stuff like that. And I don't remember what the side door is. There's a proper name for it, and I just can't remember it.
It's out there.
Sallyport? It might be it. Something like that.
Okay. They go through that door.
They go through the side, yes. The sneaky door.
The sneaky door.
You might emerge from the scary door.
Yes.
Yes. No. Not the scary door.
They get out there. They see the
Yes.
the Uruks.
Oh, come on, we can take him.
It's a long way.
Toss me.
What?
I cannot
Set
jump
up
that
in the-
distance, you'll have to toss me.
Set up in the previous movie.
Set up in the previous movie, isn't it great?
Mhm.
Ah, don't tell the elf.
Mhm.
Not a word.
Whee!
And they cue up the music that was playing in Moria. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that great?
Aragorn. See, that's another example of
Dunedain super
yep,
strength.
Dunedain super strength.
Tossing the dwarf
Hmm.
that insane distance.
Supposedly they were very strong.
Hey,
They're also supposed to be like really tall.
he's tallish.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's a short Dunedain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a descendant.
Yeah.
So
Got mixed with some regular humans along the way.
yeah. He's still doing all right for 87.
Yeah. mean, that's 87 years of the gravity pulling him down.
Yeah.
Gonna naturally shorten.
So they fight out. They fight.
They fight and they fight and they fight while the door is being reinforced.
And they're being told that.
Legolas comes with the rope.
Mhm.
After Theoden says, Aragorn, get out of there.
Yeah.
Closes up the last bit.
Bye.
It's like, oh,
See ya."
bye, yeah.
Thanks. They jump out and they
They repel. Uphell. Reverse repelling.
reverse repelling. Yeah.
No.
Upwards repelling.
Yes.
Where, man, like
Oh,
that just
his wrist.
looks like it hurts.
his arm. Oh, it hurts me to watch it. I'm just like, oh, my muscles.
I guess Dunedain strength. That
Dunedain's
must be it.
strength kept his arm together.
There's
Because-
no other way.
He is also still holding on to Gimli
Yeah.
and
Right.
holding that weight up. It looks like it's painful. Then the are the big ladders already coming up at this point, or they then come up as they're appelling?
I think the big ladders were probably already coming up.
I think they're
Yeah.
coming up as they're going up.
It could
Yeah.
be.
I-
It's
I-
somewhere
'Cause-
around there. Legolas pulls out an arrow and shoots one, which I
Right.
still am always confused about
Why
how
don't-
he did that.
Oh, how he did that? I'm always confused as to why they don't do that with the rest of them.
Right. Just shoot them all.
Just
quick.
shoot them all, or cut the ropes off. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
They weren't thinking.
No. But when they're ascending, repelling,
Yeah.
the upward repel, one of the shots is one of the ladders going up behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking it's around there that this stuff's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's right after that Theoden says to pull everyone back.
Mhm.
Because they're like, oh, yeah, we're doomed.
Doom.
Then they break through the gate
Mhm.
again, but this time they really break through the gate. They've broken through. Retreat.
Must retreat.
And then we're back at the Ents moot, and they're like, the Ents cannot join this war or something.
They are.
We'll weather this storm as we always have.
Yeah. But you're part of this world.
Aren't you? Yes.
That whole speech.
Ah, yes, we get the great inspirational speech.
Which doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
Darn.
You are very small.
Yes. But then Pippin's like, maybe Treebeard's right. We have the Shire. And Merry's just like, there's not going to be a Shire. It's all going to burn. And that gets Pippin thinking, because he's the one who tells them to go south. Turn around. Take us south.
South.
That would take you past Isengard. Exactly. Though I think we cut back to Osgiliath at this point, at some point.
Right. Yeah.
here.
That comes a little bit later.
Yeah. We go to
Maybe.
Osgiliath with
Yeah.
Sam and Frodo and Gollum and Faramir. Though he's really Nearmere. He's near
Yes.
instead of far.
Clever.
Clever.
Sorry to get off track. I was thinking about something. I think I was talking to somebody at work the other day about driving south, and I automatically said, I always like heading south. It feels like going downhill.
Classic.
They just looked at me funny, but I was like, if you just watched,
If you knew,
if you knew.
you would know.
Hmm.
But
anyways,
anyways.
yeah, we're
We're in Osgiliath, and things are happening.
Right.
Faramir's like, we'll take the hobbits to my father. Tell him Faramir sends a mighty gift.
But look out.
Better look out. I wonder if that line. I assume the flashback is an extended scene.
Yes,
Okay, so then the mighty gift line would make a lot less sense in the theatrical version because that's
Yeah.
what Denethor says to Boromir. Bring me back this mighty gift.
Mhm.
Yeah, then it's just kind of like a line.
A line, yeah.
Hmm.
The things you notice. The things you notice.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's in the details, Curtis.
Details.
Details.
It's an attack.
The Nazgul
tell-
show up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frodo and Sam have to hide. They didn't really hide.
He
all
tossed
that
him in a
well.
building.
It didn't have a roof on it.
Most of the buildings didn't have roofs on them anymore,
like,
Ryan.
How are
I don't
they
know if
gonna
you noticed.
hide? But they're like, he can see from above.
Yes, but the walls.
That's what the walls.
are-
They're in close
Yeah.
proximity to walls.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
But even then, Frodo's like, "I'm gonna go give the ring to the Nazgul."
Yeah,
He
for
sounds
some
cool.
reason, yeah. Seems
He's
to
got
be.
those cool black robes on. I want
Yeah.
to be one of them.
Yeah.
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 I've just been having this weird itching feeling that I should go go over there.
You know, every time I come on the bridge, my chest just itches. Curtis doesn't get it. Tragic.
Nope.
If Brett watches it, he'll get it.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll watch this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Sam
Yeah.
grabs him before he can put on the ring and get grabbed by the Nazgul, and they roll down the stairs, and then Frodo almost kills him.
All right.
I think this is the last time that Frodo draws Sting. Oh, no, it's not.
No,
The cave.
in the cave.
Yeah. Yeah, forgot. My bad.
Oh, we forgot that. So all this is going on while at the end of Battle at Helm's Deep,
Yes.
because Sam gives his little speech kind of during the end of the battle.
Well, yeah, there's some Osgiliath stuff, and then we go back to the battle, and there's more Osgiliath stuff. There's
It's just
There's
back
some
and
jumping
forth.
around, and I don't remember exactly where things jump. All the little cogs kind of mesh together.
Yes.
Right.
I don't. Curtis may or may not have.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Now you really hit the nail on the head. We're gonna move on.
And I don't
Yeah.
have little
At some point
xylophone.
we get back to
Yes.
Isengard.
Oh yeah. The Ents are pushing in. Well, the going south, they run into the desecrated remains of the southern edge of Fangorn Forest.
Ah, yes.
A lot of those trees were Treebird's friends.
Yes.
Yep.
A wizard should know better.
They had voices of their own.
Yes. Saruman, a wizard should know better. He gives off the loudest tree call of all time.
It's interesting how fast those trees were able to get there.
Yeah.
Like,
Angry trees.
yeah,
Angry trees move faster, Curtis.
I see.
The Last March of the Ents, great song
Mhm.
and great piece of cinema.
Mhm.
Watching all the Ents walk.
Yep.
Wonder if this last March, did they find the Entwives?
Don't think so.
I
Darn.
don't think they ever found the Entwives from what
No.
I was reading.
Darn.
No, they don't.
I think all the trees just like ended up planting back into the ground and forgot how to move eventually,
Mm.
if I
Sounds
remember
sad.
correctly. Yep.
Oh well.
Oh well. But anyways, back at Helm's Deep, they're in the throne room, and King Theoden is lamenting the loss. He's like, the fortress is taken. It is over.
It's all ogre.
It's all ogre now.
But then Aragorn is trying to pump him up.
Yes.
Like,
Ride out with me. Ride out and meet them.
yes.
For death and glory. For Rohan. For your people. And as luck would have it, the sun is rising.
Yeah.
On
That
the
is
fifth
handy.
day.
Look to the east.
Look to the east at dawn. Yes. The horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time.
Gimli has luckily been practicing his,
Big horn blowing skills.
yes.
Big horn honking skills.
His doot skills.
His doot skills. We're gonna, yeah, sure.
Curtis looks so confused. Curtis,
Yeah.
you should go on Reddit more often.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Really.
Especially around Halloween.
Yep.
Doot.
Doot. He's a spooky dude.
Spooky doots indeed.
Oh.
Spooky month.
Brett sent me some. It was some video or something on Reddit of someone who had put together these what looked kind of like little mini machine guns or Gatling guns, but they were used to shoot like bubbles at an extreme rate. It was just like super bubbles.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Reddit's a great place.
Yep.
So he wanted to try to recreate that, except somehow different
Okay.
for a concert, and then have lasers shooting through the bubbles.
Ah.
I mean, that would be cool. I just see a bunch of logistical problems.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Curtis has ideas now. Oh boy. Oh boy. But anyways,
Right.
The horn of Helm Hammerhand sounds in the deep one last time,
Mhm.
and Theoden gets the last of his men on horses, and they're like, "Time to charge."
Mhm.
Legolas has a Rohan sword.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
if you're
He-
paying attention to it, and he has
Because
it.
he wears it like the
Yes.
rest of the movies.
Yes. Well, at least the rest of Two Towers. I don't. Does he wear it in?
I think so. He
Return
has
of the
that on
King?
his side.
I guess I never paid that much attention to it in Return of the King, but I noticed that he was wearing it the rest of this movie.
It's handy.
It's handy.
And
They charge and they're killing, and then we go back to either Osgiliath or Isengard for a little bit,
For a little.
for a little cutaway, and then we come back, and then Gandalf shows up.
Merry and Pippin are throwing rocks.
Yes,
Yep.
that happens. Talking about the little things, Treebeard has this big rock, and he lifts it up and throws it from over his head. Pippin ducks his head when he puts the rock over his head so he doesn't get hit by it. It's the little things, Curtis.
There you go.
Good coordination.
Clever.
I wonder if that was a pickup shot. He's like, wait.
It's not believable enough.
Hey, could you duck your head a little? There you go. Yeah.
There's a lot of fighting going
There's
on
a lot
here.
of fighting going on, yes.
It's almost like the end of the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
There's space battles and big army battles and lightsaber battles and
Yes. And Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Ooh.
I think that's less battling.
I don't know. There's the Bobas.
We should no have a Boomba.
That's it.
Taking
Boomba.
this one.
Whoop.
Yep, okay. We're moving on. We should stay away from that movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Lots of
Lots
battles.
of battles.
Lots of
Gandalf
por-
shows up,
Yeah.
brings the Rohirrim,
CG.
Eomer. Yes, CG charge down the hill.
Some of it. Some of it's real.
Some of it's real, some of it's CG. You can see Eowyn in the back. Arwen.
Hmm.
Arwen.
Arwen. You can see Arwen in the back for 1.5 seconds. She's right there. I see her every time. It's like when they're charging down the gangway, the ramp up to Helm's Deep.
Okay.
The guys in the back, they're just swinging at nothing.
Yeah.
I notice it every time. It bothers me.
There's nothing left.
There's
to
nothing left
swing
for
at.
them, and they're just still swinging their swords. It's just
Yeah.
like they were told that there were going to be guys there, and there aren't.
It was probably like when they originally conceived it, that walkway was going to be way wider
Sure.
or something.
Yeah. Something. Either way, It's just it's one of those things that I can't not see anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Arwen. It's like, there she is. Okay, she's gone.
And
Then they win.
yeah, they win.
Sam has an emotional speech, holding
Yep.
on to hope or something.
Right, hope things, yeah.
Yeah.
Faramir
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Faramir showed his true
His true quality?
quality.
Ah,
You've shown your quality, sir. The very finest. Or something.
It's high praise.
High praise from a gardener. What are you, his bodyguard?
His
gardener.
gardener. So, then it's Samwise the Brave. I want to know more about him.
I want to know about Sam. Don't make fun, Mr. Frodo. I was being serious. So was I, Sam. So was I. And then Smeagol and Gollum are having a conversation about tricksing the hobbitses.
yes.
Going into
He's
the cave, getting
very
them in.
upset with
Yes.
the deceit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the through lines that I definitely didn't notice when I'm younger, but even once I started understanding this stuff more, is that Frodo is like, he's insistent that Gollum can be saved. He needs to know that Gollum can come back because he's concerned about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lady Galadriel says, he's sort of coming to terms with the fact that the ring is going to change him irrevocably, claim his life or something. Blah, blah, blah. His belief that Smeagol can be saved is the belief that he himself can be saved from the ring's evil power. It's just one of those. It's right there in front of you, but it's something that just went over my head for how many years, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then the camera well, at some
Camera-
point we get the.
Yeah, it pans up into Mordor.
But we also did we miss the?
Oh, the battle for Middle Earth is about to begin.
Yeah.
Also,
that
we
line.
forgot the final count.
Oh yeah.
It's all in there. Technically, Legolas killed more than 42. He killed the ladder people.
Right.
It still only counts as one.
I assume that he couldn't count every individual guy on the ladder and every individual guy that the ladder smushed.
Mm.
Technically, he won.
Yeah.
Sure.
42 is not bad for a pointy-eared elvish princely. He gave up a 19-2 advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the Patriots in that one Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the Patriots came back to win that game.
Right. It's like
The
The Eagles.
in that Super Bowl.
Or was it the Eagles or
Thought it
the
was the
Falcons?
Oh, that's what it was. The Falcons. That's what it was.
yeah.
It's not like the refs helped them there either.
No.
Thank you for joining NRC Talks NFL.
Yeah.
Joke. But
That just keeps reminding me how I've been watching Wonton Don
Oh no.
and his career in the Chinese American Football League and how he would wear that same shirt, which was like the score of that Super Bowl game,
At
like
the end
the
of the
third quarter,
2
and then
minutes left in the third.
and then the back is the final score.
Yeah.
So.
Goofiness. Pure goofiness.
Yes.
The music at the end of Two Towers.
Smeagol's song or Gollum's song?
I don't know.
The-
I guess I was going to say it reminds me of music from Battlestar Galactica, but really Battlestar Galactica music reminds me of this music
Mm.
Yes.
because it's a bunch of minor chords, and it's just like so depressing.
You're talking about the song that plays in the credits?
Yeah, it's the cue that plays when the camera is going up.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Gollum's song.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sad,
Sad,
but interesting.
but interesting.
Yep.
And that's the movie.
That's Two Towers.
Can you imagine if the studios would have decided they didn't like the way the Lord of the Rings were, and they tried to change it all. Like, Gollum redeems himself at the end and becomes a good person.
This sounds like the sequels to Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is
Just like a bunch of very contradictory decisions because no one's really running anything. Yeah.
oh well.
Oh, well.
Hmm.
We have The Lord of the Rings and 3 really great movies. Bordering on perfect.
Hmm.
Cinematic perfection, for sure.
Hmm.
Yes.
Curtis, what would you say to the assessment that Fellowship of the Ring is better than Two Towers?
I'd say they're pretty much equal. I don't.
Interesting. Interesting.
I definitely like the first 2 more than The Return of the King.
Is it because of the 17 endings?
That's part of it.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know. It goes on for a little too long. I mean, when I saw it in theaters, it was like, wow, we're still in the theater.
And that was the theatrical version.
Yeah. Holy man.
It is like over 4 hours. It's close to 4.5
Yeah.
extended. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Zack Snyder cut.
Yes.
Ugh. Although I enjoyed the Zack Snyder cut.
I did
I
too.
did too.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Incredible job.
Yeah. I said nope to cut it off, and it didn't get cut off. Tragic.
But
What?
yeah,
But yeah.
it's a great movie. Has one of the greatest cinematic battles in history. Which Game of Thrones tried to do better than and failed.
Mm.
I mean, they didn't do too bad with the Battle of the Bastards.
But that's not like a proper siege battle.
No.
That was just ground warfare.
Yeah.
I'm talking specifically about the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah.
Because HBO people, their PR reps, were hyping it up. They were like, it's going to be better than the Battle of Helm's Deep. And it was not in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
No.
Why would you even try to sell it like that?
Because they wanted people to watch it, Curtis. And I assume they also had faith that it was, and it was not.
It was not.
No, it fails on a number of levels.
Yep.
Yep.
But
We
we don't need to worry about that here, because this movie was good.
Yes, it's true. At least here right now. We could watch that episode and talk about it.
Ah.
See what Curtis thinks.
Ah.
Jump into season 8 of Game of Thrones.
I don't know.
That'd be a little confusing.
It'd be a little confusing.
There's a lot of stuff going on at that point that you like.
That episode doesn't deal with much stuff, though. In the grand scheme of things.
True. I suppose.
True, he supposes. I'm
So
just saying.
if
It'd be interesting.
if Mr. George R.R. Martin ever finishes the thing, do you think they'd ever go back and like redo the final season?
Doubtful. Purely from a production cost standpoint.
It's
They
like
spent
that.
many, many millions of dollars on
They'll
that.
say this is the GOT MCU or the G. No,
I mean,
yeah,
they are doing a
GOT
bunch of spin-offs of it. I don't
CU.
care anymore. They ruined it. It's like Star Trek. I can't really bring myself to watch any of the new stuff. Picard was so bad. So was Discovery.
I don't think Picard was that bad.
He's gonna watch season 2 because Q is in it.
I am.
Oh, gods. You're gonna make me watch it, aren't you?
Paramount Plus.
Ugh.
Gotta get on it.
No.
I don't like it that when I go on Pluto TV, there keeps coming up ads for Paramount Plus. It's like you have to press the no thank you button in order to get rid of the sad. And I'm like, man, just want to watch free TV.
I might have to dust off my Jack Sparrow hat when Picard season 2 comes around.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun,
Da,
dun,
da,
dun.
da. But yeah, good movie.
Good movie. Great movie, even.
Join us next week for a very special DS9 discussion.
Yes, very incredibly special. Curtis, are you excited?
I guess.
You should be.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I guess I'll see you then.
Thank you for joining us on NRC. Talks NFL. Talks Lord of the Rings. Talks whatever in hell we're talking about.
Yeah.